Look at link. I've been bullish from this breakout for some time. That was, I think it was like a year and a half. You'll look at my previous videos, and I did talk about this ranging, reaccumulation, and potentially another leg up. Now I expect somewhere in the 20s or more in the short term. Let's have a look at, I suppose, two aspects to it, the macro, and then we'll look at the 4-hour chart and what this range looks like and how I interpret it. So when we look at link, we do believe that was the bottom because it was about a year and a half. So if that's not the bottom, I'm not sure what is. So it's going to be either that, where we find justification for shorting, or it's going to be overperforming and hit this golden ratio and bypass. So what we're thinking is price is likely to range, who knows how long, but if it breaks above this, if we see something like that, that's a complex correction wave of some sort, and we can look at hypothesize on that, and then we have this breakout, and it might just pull back a little bit from there, but I'll retest and then straight up, and then we'll look at our Fibonacci. So this fib is going to come into play. Might just run through that quickly and get the liquidity, and then corrective wave, and then another move up to the top. I do feel like maybe that's where the target is, and then we get our corrective wave, and then further up more. My thoughts are like that at this point. So let's look at this for the time being and trading that. Have you noticed this moving average has started to come as support? Now what is that one? That's a 200 weekly. Oh, there we go. 200 weekly SMA. Now that's significant. That's holding it, and we should say that's where you should buy. If it taps it again, if it comes down, touches the 200, that's going to be a good buy. Now let's look at it on the 4-hour. This to me matches the Wyckoff reaccumulation. We've got one of those models here. Any one of these can match that scenario, where that might be the last touch. That could be the spring level. So if we were to get another chart, you can say that is a buying climax, and we'll go through that. It's too big. That's a buying climax. This is secondary SC. So this is, I'm going to convert this to reaccumulation, not a yeah. So let's look at that. That's our potential AR, and we're looking at the rear side, the alignment, and this is our upthrust. And usually, guys, when you look at a Wyckoff, it's usually a rising wedge of some sort, and then it comes down. All right, so that's our secondary test area, I think. There's a few different schematics, and this is the second attempt, upthrust phase B, and this was our spring right there. That would have been a good entry, I think. I did not add anything on, so that was nasty. It took out the liquidity, and the second one just as nasty. But I think that's done. So right here, we can see from this chart that level is of level of significance. We need to close above it to be bullish. We can say that's a value area high. Right, so that's why I think this is a reaccumulation of some sort. We can potentially come down a bit more. And is it likely? Oh, probably not. But we see this rising wedge of some sort, and it might just break down, but the breakdown might just retest these levels of value. So what we want to do is we can get rid of that one now. And this pocket, it's been done. Look at the 20 moving average. See how it comes across? It's gone, and they've crossed over. It's almost crossed over. That's bullish. So you can see this 20 moving average is crossing over. This one here is a 50 daily, and the 50 daily is also on the bottom. That is bullish. This here is where the structure is, and it could still go sideways, but I think it's going to do that. And then we can continue seeing that is the bullish perspective. The bearish perspective, it does that, and we might retest and then continue back on. So I'm looking for that kind of play. The spring, I think, is done. I just don't see this coming back down all the way here for a secondary. If it does that, then we're looking for that kind of model, and then just taking off and ignore this. But there's that possibility that we still come back down and do the spring and which is unlikely. I think this is much more a double bottom and then bang up. I don't think this is going to happen though. I think this is just going to stay in that pocket for whatever reason, maybe even lower, with this level here as support. If you apply Fibonacci onto it, let's see what it looks like. Key levels. So the 618 is basically the resistance here. Again, if we pass that level, it's basically going to be, I think, significant. That's a golden ratio. Significant resistance. Once we break above it, it's going to act like support, I believe. So if this does go up, it might back test and then continue on, or come back down and then continue on. At this point, it's I think in a range there. This range, you can probably look for the dips and buying and for the breakout. So I'm bullish on this. Alignment with the Wyckoff, I think this is valuable. This was an opportunity there. I think price can still go up a little. Do some of this kind of stuff, some of crap that goes sideways for a while and then bang, continues on. But then we get this shakeout phase, or where it does that, or we just go right through it and hit a target and then continue on. And that basically means, if we look across, if we look at this area, it's basically the shakeout area. Yeah, this could be the shakeout area. Just depends how volatile, and then up. Because we've got the liquidity there, so that could be a shakeout area. That's all I got for Chainlink, and we did talk about, maybe didn't. We talked about BlackRock CEO talking about tokenizing all digital, everything into the digital assets. So all digital assets, the best suited candidate for that, I believe at this point, is Chainlink. It's an Oracle. The other one is Pyth. So Chainlink's based on Ethereum ecosystem, which has a lot of years of investment, and Pyth just came out recently, which is also a good solution, like an Oracle, and it's on the Solana network. Maybe both of them could be great, but I think one of them will dominate. Maybe there will be interoperation with gateways and so on with Pyth, and I think that's still valid. So it could be a mixed solution of tokens for what the BlackRock envisions. Because if they got the ERC standard of 20, and we've got the Bitcoin standard, and we've got the Solana standard, I would imagine that those protocols can talk to each other and therefore have gateways and continue on. So there's a bit of IT there. Just need to understand how that works, but it's not going to hold back anything. But just looking at this one, this was a real good move with this. I don't know if I covered it, but that was a nice setup. Look at that breakout trade, bang, hit the moving averages, and we had this. Not so clear, but that was a nice move. This being stuck in there was really painful. Look at this one, liquidity goes below all the rest, and then bang, straight up. I wouldn't expect that to happen, but it did. So that was a nice move there. Look at that move, strong move. That's where you've got to do a lot of leverage. You've got to find those kind of scenarios. So hopefully we can find a scenario where we put a lot of leverage into it, and we just see bust out. At this point, that was it there. That would have been a nice entry. Might get a second chance, which might be here. Like I said, load up, and because the 200 moving averages on the week is coming up, that could be a nice one more retest, and then bang. So keep an eye on that, guys. Next pullback, look for an entry, align it with Bitcoin, and then we can have something really good. I'm going to wrap it up on that. Please give me a like and share, and I'll talk to you soon.
There you have it. Please give Sam a like, share, and subscribe to his channel to support him for doing more of these posts.